Hello, my name is Jackie Kirkup. Welcome to Spotlight on Souris. Today is Wednesday, May the 21st, 2025. I have with me here Heather Williams. Welcome, Heather.
Pleased to be here.
Heather seems to come on this little segment quite a bit, so we know each other pretty well. We don't even have to practice hardly at all anymore. Heather's here to share with us some information about St. Paul's United Church, and they have a huge celebration this year. So
Yes, it's the 100th anniversary of the United Church of Canada forming, and so we're starting it off with an old-fashioned spring tea. So
that
all
sounds
we're missing
fun.
is the silver tea service and the pours that they used to do at tea. So.
And maybe a bit warmer weather for this time of the year.
Yes, we will hope for that. Anyways, it'll be at St. Paul's in church in Souris in the auditorium on Saturday, May the 31st from 2 to 4.
Okay.
And we hope people will come and enjoy. And with the tradition of old-fashioned, if you'd like to wear a hat or a fascinator, which is the modern hat, that would be lovely to
that
join in
sounds
and
fun.
get in the festivities of it all.
Absolutely. I've seen some fancy fascinators
Yes.
before, and even fun to be able to just make your own.
Well, exactly. Yes. So if you're so inspired, that would be lovely. So, the old-fashioned dainty sandwiches,
Okay.
fancy sandwiches and
dainties, right?
And dainties, of course.
There has to be the
dainties.
sweets.
Yes. So that's on Saturday, May 31st.
Nice.
And then the actual church union took place on June the 10th, 1925.
Okay.
And so the closest Sunday to that is June the 8th. And so we'll be having a special church service
Okay.
to honor that. And on the Centennial Committee, if you want to call it that, we decided that our focus for that service is going to be more on all the little churches that closed
Oh,
and joined St. Paul's.
okay.
And so we've been researching their histories and
Yes.
things like that. So, yeah, that'll be our focus. And but yes, church union. It was they had actually started talking about church union in the early 1900s.
Okay.
And they were sort of getting set to do something. It was going to be the Methodists, some of the Presbyterians, and the Congregationalists, which was more in Ontario, the Congregationalists. Anyways, and then the First World War broke out.
Right.
And so they just shelved it for then. And then, but right after that, they started working on it again. And they finally had everything in place by 1925. And not all the Presbyterian churches joined.
Right.
Most of the Methodists did, and I think the Congregationalists as well. But anyways, it must have been you could only imagine, it must have been a traumatic experience for some.
my goodness.
And I bet there was
Absolutely.
lots of discussion.
Yes.
Yes,
And
with
here we
that.
are 100 years later,
100 years
set to
later.
celebrate.
Yes.
That is very
Mhm,
exciting.
mhm. Yes, so like I say, we're hoping to have, well, like I say, start off with a tea, the spring tea on May 31st, and then have our church service on June the 8th with lunch to follow and
Okay.
memorabilia and lots of time to talk. so.
Right. And the church service would be at 9:30?
9:30, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is early, but yes, it is, so.
Good to get up on a Sunday morning
It
and
is.
get
Mhm.
get your day going.
And we hope it's a sunny day, and yes,
That's
we'll be
right.
looking forward to that.
Excellent.
so.
Well, lots of things happening. So
Yes.
it's a spring tea to start off the celebration on May 31st at St. Paul's in Souris from 2 to 4.
Mhm.
Wear a hat,
Yeah,
a fancy hat, a fascinator, very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yes.
And then the church service on June the 8th at 9:30
Yes.
a.m. And of course, everyone is welcome to attend.
Oh, very much, yes.
Oh, well, I
Okay.
look forward to hopefully getting a couple of these things into my calendar. I think I say that every time, Heather, and don't always get where
Yes.
I say I'd like to go.
Yes, that's okay, we're
Yes.
all busy.
It seems to be sometimes. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you, Heather. So
Thank you for
thank you
having
for sharing this information with
You
us.
bet, okay.
This has been Spotlight on Souris for Wednesday, May the 21st, 2025.